One's ears bleed on the radio.
Okay,
Yeah.
but you keep them awake at least if they
That's right.
fell asleep. So it's
Yeah.
always good part in it,
Yeah.
okay? What about dancing? Is it special dance move? I tried to dance with some of you Italians because you would not let us sit after the dinner. And I will be dancing together with other Italians
Yeah.
at Italian American Heritage Foundation,
That's how
trying
you
some
keep
new
fit.
moves.
That's right. That's how you keep
We
fit.
keep ourselves in shape, yeah.
Yeah. No, a lot of Italians are good dancers. I think we are born with good rhythm, I guess you could say. I think I'm a pretty good dancer. I don't know.
So is it any special moves like gapak, waltz? It's not waltz, it's just special moves you have. Is it any names for it?
I don't know the names for it, to be honest with you. Yeah.
So I guess no, that's why we want to have more help from those who still remember those moves
Right.
and teaching us to come to those clubs and even schools perhaps and colleges and introduce that cultural things which we as youngsters sometimes forget or get busy with life.
Right.
Computer games, which some are good, some not so good. Facebook. Or work home, and then nothing else in
That's right.
between. And so sometimes we have to share that information with younger generation.
Right.
So now, what would you wish to our listeners and viewers from your perspective?
Well, what I would love to let people know is that we launched a membership drive to get to 1,000 members this year, and we are looking for anyone that's interested in the Italian culture. Like I mentioned earlier in the show, you don't have to be Italian to be a part of the Italian American Heritage Foundation. In fact, a lot of our members aren't. And just for people that are interested in coming to events with opera, regional lunches, getting some good food, taking language classes. I know there are a lot of people that are interested in learning Italian. So by becoming a member, you're going to have access to all these types of things and have a good time.
So maybe it would be a difficult question to some degree. We all come into globalization. Someday it's going to happen. And why do you think Italian culture would be good for our people, for our community?
Wow, that's a difficult question coming from someone who's of Russian descent. So I don't know how I'm gonna answer that, but I would say Italians are always very open and welcoming, right? So I think that's what is a great thing about the Italian culture is that we welcome anyone in with open arms. We do it with a lot of food, a lot of laughter, and a lot of fun. And I just think that that's what's great about being Italian.
And I guess family time appreciated in Italian culture.
Very much so, yeah.
And being together, having those festivals wherever they go,
Right.
Inviting and pretty much friendly.
That's right.
Loving people, having fun, enjoying their life.
Enjoying
Wine. Actually, Napa Valley is like close by. Is
That's
that why
right.
Italians moved here?
That's possibly. I don't know.
You have to keep close to your wine.
That's right. You always do. Definitely.
So, and then they have different clubs also they open up. I don't know if Yelks was opened by Italians. I'm not sure.
I don't know either. I think that was more of an American thing that with the Elk Club and Moose Lodge and you have Freemasons, and those are different clubs that came from all parts of.
But I know that a lot of Italians, at least here, members of those clubs.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
I guess they are well educated as well. Education is important in the family of Italian culture.
Yep.
And being closer to Russia, and I guess that's really helpful. We also like to eat.
Yeah.
So we like to eat very good food.
What is really good? What's good Russian food? What's like a good Russian dish?
Potatoes, I guess. which actually come from America.
Yeah, right.
And tomatoes. Also, Italians love tomatoes.
That's right. Sauce.
Tomato pasta. Yes, that's very good. What else we like? Oh my God, we like cucumber salad. beef stroganoff.
Stroganoff, yeah, I
Oh,
like
beet
that.
soup. How about that?
Okay.
Borscht.
Yeah, right. Okay. Yeah, I've
Yes.
had that before.
And
Yeah.
you had that minestrone
Yeah.
with a lot of vegetable soups.
yeah.
Yes, that's true. And I cook my pasta. I remember my first cooking lesson, as because I didn't have Italian American Heritage Foundation nearby. So my
Yeah.
cooking lesson of pasta was like this: I took pasta, put in the frying pan because that's what I saw my mom did.
Right.
And that's burned, luckily not the house, not the entire building we were in,
Yeah.
but it gave a very bad smell all over the building.
I've burned enough food to know in my life to know that burning food does not smell great.
So my neighbors kept a very close eye on me after
Yeah.
that. My mom was working as a teacher at the time, so she was busy at orphan schools pretty much 24/7. And yeah, that's my cooking lesson right there. I didn't know you actually have to put into boiling water.
Boiling water, yeah, with some salt and a little bit of olive oil. That's a good trick.
Well, olive oil, this is like, we're talking about some delicacy.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
I
And
don't
also,
know if.
remember, do not try to watch TV while cooking. Bad move.
Yeah, that
Personal
would
experience.
be a little bit more difficult for sure. Now, growing up as a child, are you familiar with any opera?
Oh yeah, definitely. I remember I used to go golfing with my dad, and he had a convertible, and he would blast opera on the way up to the golf course, and like he thought he was really cool by doing it, but in actuality I was really embarrassed about it. But looking back on it, it was it was just a part of growing up, is listening to opera and having that in the household, and listening to Frank Sinatra and those type of guys. It was just something that I grew up with,
Okay, when I grew up in Russia, opera was big things, and I was like, have to listen every evening almost opera.
Yeah.
And I didn't understand even one word what they're singing about.
Right.
And I didn't know to like it or not.
Right.
And sometimes I appreciate it, but most of the time not, until I went to Bolshoi Theater. And my first opera was La Traviata. I was crying the whole opera. And good thing I didn't have makeup, or I could afford it at the time. So, and that was my first La Traviata, and that's Italian opera.
Yeah,
And of
yeah.
course, Eugene and Egan I actually saw here
Yeah.
with your American Italian singers performing in San Jose, and they
Right.
did pretty good, I have to admit.
Yeah, I heard it was a great event. I wasn't able to attend, but I've heard a lot of great feedback from it, and a lot of people had a good time.
And that's how in the school they used to sing for me, the guys, if they needed something from me. I love you, Olga. It's Я люблю вас, Olga.
you
So
go.
that's a part of that song, Eugene and Egan. And of course, Tatiana, famous with that opera. And I was surprised how our American friends and singers was able to sing
Yeah.
in Russian. I did go to La Scala, I have to admit,
Yeah.
and I strongly recommend that if you want to try Italian culture, definitely visit Italy. Did you have a chance to
Oh, yeah.
visit yet?
Yeah, I've been to Rome, Florence, and Venice, so the big cities, and I loved. They all have different aspects, right? And Rome has just got so much going on. There's so many different landmarks and so much culture there. And then you go to Florence, it's a lot more relaxed, and then in Venice is a totally different experience. But all throughout, the constant was great food, great wine, and the people are really nice too. So it was just a great experience. That was about 10 years ago I went there, and I hope to go back soon.
And yeah, I hope you, with your Italian American Heritage Foundation, can organize those trips.
Yeah, some of the things we're planning on doing, is doing trips to Italy, doing bocce tournaments, maybe a golf tournament, different things to get a lot broader age range involved, to have a great time. And for those of you that haven't played bocce ball before, it is a really fun game too.
I don't even hear about that.
Yeah.
But I guess I can try that at another time.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Mike D'Ambrosio, coming all the
Thanks
way
for having
here.
me, yeah.
I hope you had a great time. I
Yeah.
know you also playing on the radio and talking there. There's
Yeah.
some Russian accent for you.
No, it's good. I like it. Yeah.
Some Russian spice to it, and
Yeah.
I always like to be at Italian American Heritage
thank
Foundation,
you.
and sometimes people are saying, so what's up, do I like Italians more than Russians? Well, I definitely like their culture,
Yeah.
and I like to share our culture with Italians. Thank you very much
Yeah.
for inviting me.
Thanks for the opportunity. We really appreciate it.
And I learned a lot how you organize all your events and make it fun and enjoyable. And for those who are not aware of Italian American Heritage Foundation, please join their events, lunches and dinners and opera nights and bocce games.
Yeah, bocce ball.
Bocce ball,
do it.
whatever the heck is that? So I'm
Look it
gonna
up.
try
Google it.
that. We're gonna Google it definitely. And thank you for coming. You have been listening Olga's show, and our video will be available on YouTube. Just check olgashow.org. That would be there, and on YouTube, Olga Show and Italian American Heritage Foundation, for you to enjoy over and over again and learn all about all the programs and memberships available right now, so you can learn more about Italians and share it with our community to make it a better place to live in, not in the future, but now, right?
That's right.
So let's enjoy Olga Show.
Thank you for listening to U92.3 FM,
The Universal FM.
If you'd like to have your own show in your